Okay, so our problem is write the equation of a line that is perpendicular to y equals 5/4 x and passing through the point 4, 5. Okay, so we might want to start by just graphing y equals 5/4 x. Okay, and so in y equals 5/4 x, the 5/4 part is the slope. And you can see if you go up 5/4, the rise over run is the slope right there. So up 5/4. But we need the equation of the line that is perpendicular to this. So to get a slope perpendicular to another slope, what we do is to get the perpendicular slope, we take the opposite reciprocal. So our perpendicular slope to 5/4 would be -4/5. You take the opposite sign and you find the reciprocal. You flip the 5/4. Okay, now we're told that it's going to be a line. So we're going to write the y equals mx plus b slope-intercept form of the line and plug in the information we know. So the perpendicular slope that we have is -4/5. So we're going to replace the m with -4/5. But we don't know the b. We don't know the y-intercept on this new line that we're drawing. We know it has to be perpendicular to this line, but we don't know where. We don't know if it's going to be here. We don't know if it's going to be here. We can't tell yet if it's where it's crossing the y-axis. So we'll use this point, this other information that they gave us to find the actual equation. So we'll replace the x with 4 and the y with 5 and solve for the b. So this y right here, we're going to replace with the 5 from that point, and we'll replace the x with 4, and then we'll say plus b. Okay, now I've got two fractions that I'm multiplying. I'm going to put that 4/1, so I can take numerator times numerator. -4 times 4 is -16/5 plus b is equal to 5. Now we need to get the b alone on one side of the equation. That's what it means to solve. Let's get your variable alone on one side. So we're going to add 16/5 to both sides of our equation. So now we need to take 5 plus 16/5. Well, in order to add fractions, we'll make this a 5/1. In order to add fractions, we need common denominators. So I'm going to take the 5/1 times 5/5 so that we have both fractions in terms of fifths. So we'll have 5 times 5 is 25/5 plus 16/5. So that's going to give us 41/5 is equal to our b value. So now we can write that final equation that y is equal to our new slope, the perpendicular slope, -4/5 x, and the b value now we have found is 41/5. And notice your final answer has y and x in it. Okay, and we can go ahead and put this into Desmos and just look at the graph compared to the original. So y equals -4/5. So -4/5 x plus 41/5 ends up here on the blue line.